11 a.m. on Peachtree TV. Well, if you have been seriously injured in an auto accident, does it matter which personal injury lawyer you choose? Well, we're going to let you be the judge. Richard Griffin of the Griffin Law Firm is here to give us the facts, and you say it's all about experience.
It is. You know, it's one of those things where you only have one chance to get fully compensated for your personal injury case, and with that kind of pressure, it's important that you make the right choice. And a good attorney or a great attorney is going to get great results. A bad attorney is probably going to be a big disappointment from the beginning to the end.
Right.
And you know, we get a lot of calls from people that have had a bad experience. And so one of the things that the Griffin Law Firm that I established tries to do is to exceed those expectations. And by doing that, a lot of times you get awards. You get recognition from the legal community. And
you have won them.
I have, and I'd like to talk about those. Okay. Basically, one of the awards is AV Preeminent Rating. That is the highest rating in legal ethics and legal ability, and I'm glad to say that I've gotten that. It's peer-reviewed by the Martindale-Hubbell. Other attorneys review my work. Another peer review where other attorneys rate you is avo.com, and that I have a 10.0, a superb rating, which is the highest rating you can get for that as well. These awards are very, very important because it means the legal community has recognized the representation that we have been providing our clients. Another one is I was named to the top 100 trial lawyers by the National Trial Lawyers Association for Georgia. So that is an important distinction as well. And then the last one is the $1 Million Advocate Forum, and to be a member of that, you have to have recovered $1 million for your client, either through a settlement or a jury verdict.
Wow, well, congratulations on all those awards. So give us an example of $1 million settlement that you have.
One that we have is a lady was driving down the road and a dog raced out in front of her, and she slowed down, and a commercial van just ran into the back of her, just crushed the back end. The bumper was pushed into the trunk. It was a very bad situation. This is a situation where she had serious injuries, and the adjuster got a recorded statement right up front, and in that she said, well, I hope I'll be okay. Well, that statement later, the adjuster, when we got involved in the case, really tried to use that against her, but we pointed out a lot of things about the case, and one of them was she had had a prior surgery, and because of that prior fusion, the doctors agreed that the new fusion that was required was directly related to that accident. The adjuster kept pushing back, so litigation was required, and we ended up getting $1,250,000 for that client. And we've been able to get, $2.5 million in other situations, and $1 million verdict or more in other cases as well. So that got us, the $1 Million Advocate Forum membership, and certainly taking a case like that and making sure that just because the insurance company says no, we don't stop there. We push hard and litigate or negotiate as hard as it takes to get our client everything they're entitled to.
Well, and I think it's so important to call you immediately, because think about the statement that she made. With any other lawyer, that might have prevented her from getting that settlement, but because she called you, but other people who make statements.
Right. Well, there's so many things. Right from the beginning of the case, you're going to have a situation where they're going to try to get that recorded statement. We don't give those recorded statements until I have had a chance to prep the client to make sure that they know what kind of tricky questions they're going to be. Without that, a lot of times those early mistakes that can be made can cost you a lot, or make it where instead of a great recovery, it's a small recovery. So you're right, calling 877 Pain Law as quickly as possible. And we're going to make sure that in all those, from the beginning of the case to the end of the case, you've got a lot of decisions you have to make, and you need to have good advice, and we're there for our clients.
And you always delve into people's history so that you know their medical history, because you always talk about how, they've had a prior surgery. That means they may have more troubles down the line. That's just stuff we wouldn't think about.
Right. It is so important to dig into the case. We really want to figure out what happened, how it happened, and why are you injured to the point where life has changed, where you're not able, perhaps you can't go back to the job you used to go back to. Well, if you don't push into that and find out, well, there's a traumatic brain injury, or there's a herniated disc, it's not just a soft tissue injury. These kinds of things where you flush out the injuries, you make sure your client gets all the treatment they need. If you don't do that, then they're going to assume, they being the insurance company, that it's a soft tissue case, not a big deal. There are a lot of times where we've taken cases like that and proven that they're worth a lot of money because that person's really hurt, and it's really, really negatively impacted their life.
And it's like you guys are looking at the past, the present, and what the future might be.
That's exactly right. And future could be the pain and suffering and the loss of enjoyment of life that you experience. It also is the future medical treatment,
right,
and getting the doctors to provide that projection of what that's going to cost. And it can be the lost income. If you can't go back to that job you are trained to do and you lose that job, that inability to earn future income can be a big part, especially of these big cases with catastrophic injuries.
Well, now we can see why you won all the awards. Thank you very much, Richard. Don't forget to get the help you need. Contact the Griffin Law Firm. Call 877-PAIN-LAW. You can also log on to 877painlaw.com.